Coming up, Russia intensifies. Russian fighter jets hit more cities in Ukraine. In just over an hour, a meeting of the UN Security Council called by Russia, who accused the US of military biological activities. We'll bring you the latest live from Kyiv, Washington and Westminster.
ITV Lunchtime News with Lucrezia Millarini.
Good afternoon. Russia appears to have widened its war in Ukraine as it now enters its third week. The fresh round of attacks were launched in western cities, far from Moscow's main targets elsewhere in the country. President Zelensky stood firm today and said he would beat the Russians, while President Putin approved the deployment of fighters from the Middle East against the Ukrainians. Our correspondent Dan Rivers sent this from the scene of an attack in Dnipro. Dan Rivers reporting there. Well, let's go to Kyiv now, to our Europe. On to the exodus of refugees fleeing Ukraine and how our government will encourage people to take them into their homes. Individuals, charities and businesses will be able to house Ukrainians who will be able to work and have access to public services. The scheme isn't official yet. Our political reporter Shihab Khan is at Westminster for us this lunchtime. Shihab, ministers have come in for some criticism, haven't they, of the policy so far. When will we know what the government is actually proposing and how people can help?
Yeah, as you
also, it's hitting Russian politicians with sanctions.
Absolutely.
Well, after Chelsea's billionaire owner Roman Abramovich was hit with sanctions by the government, their manager says it's business as usual for the team. Thomas Tuchel says they'll ride the storm despite uncertainty over the club's future, the sale of which has now been put on hold. At a match last night, Chelsea fans were once again overheard chanting Abramovich's name. Amy Lewis. And the United Nations Security Council will meet this afternoon at Russia's request to discuss Moscow's claims presented without evidence of US biological activities in Ukraine. Well, let's go to our correspondent Robert Moore in Washington. Robert, what's the bottom line here? Why are the Russians doing this? Alarming indeed, Robert, but also a new front has opened up an information war. Still to come. First, ministers in Stormont have delivered a public apology to the victims of historical institutional abuse in Northern Ireland. A report published over 5 years ago revealed shocking levels of abuse in children's homes for decades. The report recommended compensation and the apology for those abused in the home. Sarah Clark is on to other news now, and Anthony Russell, who murdered a mother, her son and a pregnant woman, has been handed a whole life prison sentence. The Met Police, already under pressure over a string of bungled inquiries, suffered a further humiliation today. Judges at the High Court ruled officers breached the rights of the organisers of a vigil for Sarah Everard. Well, Ellie Pitt is at the High Court. Ellie, why did the judges find in favour of the organisers? Finally, returning to the war in Ukraine, and among the horror and devastation, the remarkable stories of endurance and hope. You may remember 11-year-old Hassan Al-Kahalaf, who travelled 750 miles alone to escape the fighting, with him just his passport and a phone number on his hand. Well, he's now been reunited with his older brothers and sisters in Slovakia. Sagita Kangola has the story. And that is it. Charlene is here with the evening news at 6:30. And this weekend, we'll bring you all the latest developments from Ukraine. You can watch ITV News Weekend Morning on Saturday and on Sunday from 7 a.m. But from me and all the lunchtime team, bye-bye. Hello again. Now, the main stories in London. The Mayor of London says innocent Chelsea fans shouldn't be punished as a result of the UK government's sanctions on the club's owner, Roman Abramovich. One of the co-founders of a group that planned a vigil for Sarah Everard has spoken of her relief after the High Court ruled the Met Police breached their rights with its handling of the event. A cross-party group of MPs has opposed government plans to make buy-to-let landlords pay for the replacement of dangerous cladding. And if you're a fan of the Netflix gang drama Top Boy, there isn't long to wait until it returns for Series 2. Time for the weather now. Here's Chris with the forecast. And that is it for now. I'll be back here at 6. Until then, enjoy your afternoon. Bye-bye.